Okay, so fresh off of Naoya Inoue v Junto Nakatani, safe to say, I was right. Basically, what I expected to happen in that fight is what happened. The fight played out. It was close, it was competitive, but it was a unanimous decision victory for Naoya Inoue. A lot of people are calling for a rematch. I would love to see a rematch because it was a competitive fight. It was a close fight. It was a fight between two world class guys landing good, clean shots on each other. I would give the edge to Naoya Inoue. I do think Naoya Inoue deserved to win that fight purely based on his ability to at times control the ring, control the pressure, freeze Junto Nakatani at times. Now, what do I mean when I say Inoue froze Junto Nakatani? What he was doing was Inoue was doing a great job at shooting a jab to the head, shooting it to the body, getting inside, freezing Junto Nakatani, unloading a combo, and getting out of there without. But before Junto Nakatani's even had the chance to throw a counter back or reset, Naoya's already out of there, and he's landed his work, froze Junto, and got him out and got out of there. Inoue done that a lot early on in the fight. But he done it throughout the fight too. Junto Nakatani as well, though, was no easy problem to solve. Like I said, he would be. He's a southpaw. He's big. He's tall. He's a good boxer in his own right, and definitely landed some good combinations on Naoya in a way. There was one combination where he went to the body, where even though Inoue didn't look like he was damaged to the body or anything, it definitely led to some reddening around the sides of his body, and did land in a few good shots to the head as well. But I do think Inoue deserved the victory there and was a great fight. And honestly, if the rematch was to happen, I wouldn't be too upset because, like I said, it was a competitive fight between two world level guys. And again, unfortunately, the division that these guys are in doesn't have a ton of real big names in it outside of these two. Now, again, I'm super happy we got this fight because so many times throughout boxing history, we've not got these big pay-per-view fights between the 1A and 1B guy in the division to find out truly who is the best. Now, going into this fight, I do think everyone sort of regarded Naoya Inoue as the best. Everyone was sort of predicting Naoya Inoue to win this fight, and everyone was saying, you just can't bet against Naoya Inoue. And he showed once again why you just cannot bet against Naoya Inoue, because he gets in there, he does whatever is necessary to win. If he needs to knock out a guy, he'll knock him out. If he doesn't need to, he'll just comfortably outbox him. And I say outbox because Naoya Inoue deserved to win that fight, not because Junto Nakatani was bad, not because he got outclassed or anything like that. I do think at times Naoya Inoue was able to use his experience, over a 12-round fight in there, and showed that Naoya Inoue could do whatever it takes to win rounds and was able to pop box at the right times. So I would say, in that aspect, Junto was out-experienced, did get, I don't want to say outclassed, outclassed is too strong, but Naoya Inoue definitely showed his experience there. But again, for Junto Nakatani in a rematch, that's great experience for Junto. Going 12 rounds with Naoya Inoue in a close fight, I know because I predicted it and I'm making a video. I'm making it sound like it was a super dominant win for Naoya Inoue. I think Naoya Inoue win that fight, but it wasn't like he just steamrolled Junto Nakatani. Like I said, Junto Nakatani is no easy problem to solve. He's big, he's tall, and Junto was throwing combos too. He wasn't as active as Naoya Inoue. And ultimately, over the 12 rounds, that's probably what lost him the fight as well. But it's hard, because you can tell Naoya Inoue's got some serious speed and snap on his shots. So when you're getting landed against, or when a guy's throwing like that against you, naturally, your instinct isn't to throw as much, because when you throw punches, this guy, if he lands on you, he's going to make you pay. So there's always that in the back of your head, and I guess people who don't understand boxing won't think of it like that, and just think, well, he's just not throwing punches. No. In his head is doing a constant calculation in the fight between, okay, if I throw this punch and I miss, or this guy counters me, this could really damage me, so it's better if I don't throw a shot and I keep my guard up. It's not just, I just decided not to throw any punches, like, come on. Right? Nonetheless, it was a solid performance from Junto Nakatani, and definitely a performance where after it, he shouldn't be, ashamed or anything like that. It was a good performance. It's a good performance. It wasn't enough to beat Naoya Inoue, but no one's been enough to beat Naoya Inoue. And Naoya Inoue certainly has cemented himself as a pound-for-pound great, a modern great, one of the best to ever do it at the lower weight classes, because this dude has truly cleaned out divisions, right? Beating Junto Nakatani, even though everyone thought Naoya Inoue was going to beat Junto Nakatani, everyone was like, well, this is the only guy that's really here in these weight divisions that could even remotely challenge him. And to be fair, he did challenge him, but he didn't beat him. A lot of people calling for a rematch, but even though I would love to see a rematch because it was such a good fight, such an interesting fight, such a close fight in a lot of aspects, but I don't want to see a rematch. It's tough, because I would want to see a rematch because I would watch it, but it's like I don't want to see a rematch because they're thinking, okay, well, this rematch, Junto might win it because maybe he was robbed in the first fight. I don't want to see a rematch if it's because of that, right? If that makes sense. I don't want to see the fight if that's the reason they're doing it. Because Lord knows in boxing, they will get ready to rob Naoya Inoue if they feel like they can, and then milk them for a third fight. And, you know, maybe at that point, Inoue retires. Even though he's young, but he would have fought, you know, that would have been his 34th fight, and he said he wants to retire undefeated. And he's already moved up a number of weight classes already. And he's not getting any younger. And at these weight classes in particular, you age overnight. And even though Naoya is not young now, if they fight 2 more times, you know, Naoya, that's going to put some miles on Naoya Inoue's clock. But hopefully that's not what they do. Hopefully, maybe they run it back later in this year. But I don't want them to be stuck on this as like a fight where they have to always keep going back to because it was a big money fight in Japan. I hope that's not the case. Because I think Naoya Inoue should continue to progress with his career and should move up to featherweight. That's what he's been talking about doing. That's what I think he wants to do. There's some interesting fights there at 126. Those are some interesting fights that, granted, they're probably not going to be as big money fights, but if Naoya Inoue really wants to prove that he's one of the greatest to ever lace up a pair of gloves, then if he goes to featherweight, I don't think he's capable of cleaning out featherweight, though. I'll be honest. I'll leave that as a preface now. I don't think he's good enough to clean out featherweight, but say he does. Say he goes up to featherweight, he beats Fulton, Stephen Fulton Jr., he beats Brandon Figueroa, he beats Espinoza. I don't think he beats Espinoza, by the way. But assuming he did, then you're like, wow, this guy's the GOAT. This guy's the absolute best to ever do it, surely. Maybe not the absolute best to ever do it. Maybe that's a bit strong, but a modern day GOAT. Modern day Mount Rushmore fighter. If he's not already, he already is, in my opinion. What he's done, the way he's done it, he already is, in my opinion. But yeah, guys, Naoya Inoue beat Junto Nakatani via unanimous decision. Super curious to know what you guys think in the comments below. Did the fight go exactly how you thought it would, or do you think it would go a bit different? Did you think Inoue was going to win, or do you think Junto Nakatani was going to win? And in a rematch, who do you think would win? Another episode of the Seth Solo Cyclist in the bag, and I'm out. Peace.